Hi y'all, this is House Guest and I am your host, Kenzie Elizabeth. Think a Gen Z wannabe Martha Stewart meets Dolly Parton trying to live in a Nancy Meyers movie in her 20s. We talk all about life, relationships, navigating your 20s, closing out the bars, or waking up at 5 a.m. depending on our vibe that week. Ultimately, living our best lives and figuring it out along the way. So come hang out. Sometimes I have guests on who do really cool things, some of my best friends, or it's just me and my house that I spend way too much time in. So let's get into the show. Hi, house guests. Welcome back to the show. Today, y'all are coming over for a dinner party. We have Kate Davis and Claire Smith on the show. It's basically like the battle of the Nutrafol. Okay, I hope you guys enjoy this episode. It's so much fun. If you guys are watching on YouTube, be sure to subscribe, leave a 5-star rating and review telling us how fab we are on YouTube. This is the ultimate fab dinner party with the girls in Dallas. I hope you guys enjoy and welcome to my home. Welcome to our dinner party. Guys, this is like a table of Nutrafol.
Oh, literally. We should have got a sponsorship from them.
I would give anything for them to be sponsoring today's episode, actually.
Well, if you're hearing this.
Yeah, I know.
It's not too late.
Imagine us just like sitting on this table.
We have time before it airs.
I know. I just like Photoshop it into the video. It's actually genius. There's money everywhere. There's always money to be made.
Always.
Guys, I think you need to have some sort of like WAGs Dallas show.
Does bull riding count for a WAG?
Yeah, you're definitely a WAG.
He's an
athlete.
wife and girlfriend of something. So I actually have a friend in Palm Beach. They just started this.
Really?
And I wonder if it'll travel like into other cities.
Would you do it?
I don't know. I feel like it's hard because baseball is so private, even though I'm not a very private person,
Yes.
which is the battle sometimes dating a baseball player. It's like everyone is
You're married
so...
to one?
Oh, wait, yeah.
You've been married for like 4 years.
Dating? I forgot. We're not even
Play it,
We're not even newlyweds. Literally been married for 4 years. Yeah, no. Everyone's just super private, so I don't really know how that would work. Like, I don't know how much you could share of like the actual like behind the scenes. So I'm curious to see how this is gonna come out because they're doing baseball like girls.
I've seen something on Netflix. It's not the same thing. It's like WAGs.
It's a tennis one.
Oh, is it?
I've never seen it, but there is a tennis one at least.
Okay, I haven't seen it.
Actually,
I don't know.
Lying. I think that there is a WAG on a tennis show, and that's why I thought that.
Yeah, I don't know, but I think if there was like a WAGs of Dallas, I don't think that they would go for bull riding. I think there's just like Dallas Cowboys, you know, the Rangers. I think that it would be like...
I think if they saw you,
I was just going to say that. I think
they would let you. I think you'd be a great addition.
I don't know about that.
They might not go for the PBR, but they would go for Kate Davis.
Yeah, I agree.
It's very polarizing, but I also think it's just different. It's definitely different. It's not... At the end of the day, it's still Cowboys, you know, which is, you know, I didn't meet him on like findafarmer.com. I met him at Buffalo Wild Wings, even though he is a Cowboy. So I don't know. I don't think, honestly, honest to God answer, gun to my head, I would not personally do it. We did do a little YouTube show, which was called Bells of the Bulls. And looking back now, I cringe. And I always say, like, if you don't cringe at yourself, then you're not changing. So maybe that's a good thing. I would hate to be the same person I was however many years ago. But it was horrible watching that back, and it was embarrassing.
Wait, this is already
online?
happened?
Yeah, it's called Bells of the Bulls, and YouTube bought it. And no, I'm sorry, Facebook bought it when Facebook Watch was a thing. Do you know what I'm talking about? Facebook Watch?
Yes.
Yeah. There was this big production company out of LA, IMG.
Yeah.
They are, I guess, really well known. They bought the PBR, so they kind of came in and they saw the lifestyle. They saw the women. They're like, we've got to do a reality show about this. So they took 5 or 6 of us. It was people that are still riding. Some are retired. So yeah, it was interesting. It was something that I look back on and I'm like, oh my God, did you just say that? I was a child.
Yeah.
Wait, how old were you? Like,
it was 2017, so I was 22. It might have been 2018. Either way, I was low 20s.
Yeah, I don't know if I would have trusted myself at 22 to be on reality TV. I would have...
No.
being very
and it has like a few million views, like some of the videos do. Yeah, it was quite a bit. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I know what I'm doing tonight.
No, please don't. It's
I
horrible.
know. Me and Josh on the couch watching KAIT.
That was like fresh after my BBL era too.
Yeah, that was an era.
Yeah, that was an era.
You've had so many eras.
Oh,
You really
my
have
God.
had so many eras.
I know. I don't know what it is. I just think, again, if you don't look back and like cringe and be like, I would never say that, I would never do that, then you're the same person, and that's not good.
I agree. By the way, I've had so many eras. I say that as someone who has probably had an equal amount of eras.
Yes.
And there's so many things that I look back and I'm like, oh. But you know what I'm really trying to like do right now is I was very inspired by Miley Cyrus. She did this interview. I forget even what the interview was, okay? But essentially, she was going through different eras of her life. And in every single one, she was looking back where you could think like, oh, that's cringe or embarrassing. And she's like, love that girl. She's so cute. Like, she spoke so highly of her past self. And I feel like I change all the time, but then I immediately like hate who I used to be. And I feel like I've gotten better because I noticed that probably at like 24 is when I really started to feel that way. And I'm like, I don't want to hate my past self because I didn't hate her in the moment.
Right.
And also like my past self got me here. So
I'll self-sabotage.
It's
for
a
sure.
journey.
Yeah. So I want to like be really nice to my past self. But like, how are you supposed to do that when you were like making TikToks 4 years ago and they're still on the internet?
Dear God.
You know what I mean?
I was actually a part of a podcast whenever I was probably 23 or 24. And I had to remove myself from the podcast because even 2-3 months later, I would listen back and be like, you are nuts. And I'm self-aware enough to be like, you're stupid. And I'm sure 6 months from now, I'll be like, that was stupid of you to say. But you have a child, you bring a child into this world and you're like, the blueprint I'm going to leave or whatever they call it, the digital footprint, dear God, pray for him.
I feel like there has to be a big thing with reality TV shows. It's like once you have a child, it's like every stupid thing you say on there, like, oh, they're going to see it at some point.
Follows you.
Yeah.
I couldn't do a reality show solely based on the fact that I wouldn't have control.
Yeah, like you can't edit.
Yeah.
No.
You can't edit yourself. Like TikTok, oh, nope, redo that.
And it's the job to give you the most insane edit.
Yeah.
To get people to watch it.
Yeah.
Because people like insane characters. And when it came to the bull riding show, the insanity part of it was the bull riding. So that was nice because PBR
It wasn't
helped.
y'all?
No, it wasn't us.
That's
there was
nice.
no beefing with the women or anything like that. Like that was, and there is no beef. But we're worried about our husbands living or dying. Like we cannot fight over handbags and shoes. Like we just can't. You know, we can't. So, I would not. But that was, to answer your question, I would not. I would fully support Claire because I think she'd be perfect for it.
I always joke about doing it, but I just couldn't imagine it in baseball. Like I could never imagine a camera crew walking into Globe Life and like the whole team not being like, get out.
Yeah, get out of the locker room.
Like they don't.
Also,
like it's
baseball
just
players,
a very quiet sport, and I don't think like people realize that.
baseball has too much going on. You guys have way too many games.
It's too long for that to be like a consecutive thing.
They
like,
can't add to their plates.
Yeah,
in that
it's
way.
like literally like an 8-month process every single year.
Yeah.
And people would
Every
watch
single
it
year.
because of you and the wives, whereas people were watching us because of the bull riding.
Yeah,
so,
like no. Let's be honest, no one's watching it because of baseball.
No, and also
well, because baseball is so widely known. You know, when you go bull riding, people are like, "Oh my God, it's bull riding," and their women are crazy. Like, you know, it's like
That's a lot of crazy.
yeah, but people know PBR because of you. Like you are largely like
that.
in like girls at least, like you have definitely brought PBR.
it is crazy because I'll get the comments of people being like, "Oh, I want to marry a bull rider. I want to marry a bull rider." I'm like, "You do?
Really?
Please don't.
You don't see the
that.
meltdown.
It's crazy
Yeah.
too because for anyone listening who's unfamiliar with PBR, it's professional bull riding, by the way. It's crazy because bull riding is the craziest event, and they say that bull riders are like the scariest to date out of all the cowboys.
Yes,
but your husband's-
roughies, anything that
He's an
like
angel.
Yeah. Well, you know, they all have their crazy streaks, but you know, whenever I first was like coming on to dating a bull rider and learning all the ins and outs, like there's different types of rodeo events, and bull riders are like, you do not want to marry a bull rider. You know, it's like the least. Calf ropers, I think, is like team ropers. That might be the best one. All I know is what I had.
Yeah. Yours was the hardest.
Yeah, mine was the hardest, and I can probably attest to that.
and it wasn't my category.
No, yeah.
I really need to bring something to the table here as far as like my significant other, because like we've got the MLB, we've got the PBR, like I need to like work on like what I can
Okay,
do.
but
Like,
we need a
what,
different
what
sport.
would you think? Like,
well,
what
we have to
sport?
let's get strategic. Let's
hockey,
think
You don't.
maybe.
I was about to say you don't strike me as like a football girl.
Well,
don't see it.
I love football in general.
Okay.
Like we were
I
literally
like
just
hockey.
talking about football 20 minutes ago and how I watch it like every week of my
Yeah, but I don't see you as like.
Oh, I don't want to be with a football,
football
player.
wife.
No. But I do love football. I do love hockey. I actually dated the most amount of hockey players probably, and baseball weirdly.
Really?
I don't see myself as a baseball guy at this point in my life.
Why not?
I could see baseball. I
could.
You. I don't know why.
I just like don't want that schedule.
They're. Well, yeah, the
I
schedule
see what you have to
That
do,
is
and that's not for me.
intense.
Honestly, I also like a guy who's like more creative. I'm not really like into the whole like thing.
I don't think
so.
you're gonna find many sports. I mean, I could be wrong, and I'm not trying to put them in a box, but I just feel like not many men that are really sports driven are very creative.
Exactly. I don't think it's many athletes.
Well, because I feel like that like consumes their whole mind. It's like they
Yeah.
don't even
Yeah,
have time to
absolutely.
be
Yeah.
creative. I feel like until you're done with like the athlete
True.
world, and then you have like your whole platform to be able to like do
Yeah.
something with it. That's where I feel like it comes out.
No, guys, you got to think big. It doesn't have to be athletes. It doesn't have to be in any sort of profession. Like maybe we need someone who can like build a house. Maybe you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Could be anything.
I just thought
So
we
let's
were
just
trying to wag it out.
Oh no, it doesn't need to be wagged.
Okay.
We can
Let me
sit
stew
on
on it.
this
Okay.
and we'll come, maybe the listeners can let us know, like what is something for me personally, like I need someone consistently to build things, and that's definitely a high expense.
Yeah.
When I would look at my budget of expenses.
And you're a homemaker. Would you want to marry somebody equally yoked in that, or would you want somebody completely different?
No, I want to be in charge of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
So
what
I
about
feel
I
like-
feel like construction, like you could
That
tell
would be nice.
them what to
Here's
do.
the thing,
Then are
like,
they bossy
make
about
it-
things like that? Like my husband doesn't care. I'll put new lights up and he'll be like, something's weird in here. He didn't even know.
Oh, I hung wallpaper one time and Josh had
He had
literally
no
no
idea.
idea.
See, that's nice,
I'm like, are
because
you
you don't have to talk to him
literally,
about it.
are you joking with me? I'm like, you don't even notice there's wallpaper everywhere? And people ask me like, how do I get the girly style like past my husband? I'm like, because he literally doesn't care.
He doesn't
like,
even know.
He doesn't know. He doesn't care. It doesn't faze him. The house would be like all black, and he would be like, oh.
Nice.
Like,
That's
it's just-
nice.
It does not faze
Yeah.
him. Does not care.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm open. Here's the thing. I feel like for so long in my dating phase, I would always date people who were like more creative, still like manly, but like more creative.
Okay.
And then I went and I really swung to the other side of the pendulum, and I was like, wait, that's not what I need. So every guy that I now would want to be with, I rejected. And then I realized as I even out in my healing journey, that actually, no, I was probably right all along, and there was a reason why I was attracted to that. So I think I'm moving back to that, because that's like always more of like it's more of like someone with like a high EQ.
Yeah, what is a creative guy?
So
Smart?
like
Like
what about a
anything.
musician, like a country singer?
yeah.
Oh my god.
I didn't even think about it. I think that's it.
You
yeah.
on the backstage.
I don't know about
thriving.
that. I don't think that's really
Why?
There's just a couple. I just know too much, guys. There's a couple of reasons. So.
Oh, drama. Are you currently single? Is that
No, I am single. So I'm
Okay.
just saying we just have to. Yeah, that's why I'm
Oh, okay,
saying like
okay.
we need to like.
boots on the ground?
We really need to be thinking about what we need brought
I've heard
to
a
the
lot of
table.
no's.
Okay.
I've heard a lot of no's.
No's
A
for
lot
me.
of no's. Not very open.
Yeah. Yeah,
Maybe that's why we're single.
No, and by the way, it is. It's that.
No, it's called being. How old are you?
27.
27 with high standards.
Yeah.
No, but I'm just throwing it out there. Like, there's definitely, well, one, that is absolutely why. Two, there's definitely room for me to bring something to the table. Like, there's lots of festivities happening, great
Oh my
benefits.
god, could
so
you
we can definitely
imagine
do something
Kenzie
else.
as your wife? Like,
She would
food
have the
on
best food.
table. Oh
yeah.
my
I'm thinking
God.
of like your
Guys,
kids are
hosting
gonna
all
thrive.
the parties.
Yeah.
Her house would be amazing.
you.
Christmas would be off the wazoo with all the
like,
kids
clip
and
that.
the babies. Oh, just post that on like your little clickbait so that guys will see it.
Yes.
On loop.
Oh my god. Wait, that's actually genius. Yeah, so I just have to be thinking about that, because I feel that with my family, like everyone's partner really does bring something to the table. Like one of them is a contractor, the other one is a plumber, someone else works for the Rangers. Like, there's always like someone who's like doing something. And so I need to be contributing in like my own way. You know?
But what if like you were like the powerhouse and he was like a stay-at-home dad?
I would rather die.
You don't like that.
No, like I don't need like a businessman, but I don't like
You need someone equally as productive.
or like I need someone who like has their own thing.
Yeah.
Like I said, that would not be for me.
No.
I don't think I would. This is horrible. Like, I think in a relationship, respect is really important. And like, I think it would be hard for me to like,
Respect them.
Yeah.
if they're not doing something.
That means
Anyways,
you like a manly man then.
Yeah.
That's what it's saying to
but
me.
it manly and not in the way that you would think though. Like, I don't like man.
I have to be with a man that has rough hands.
Yeah, that's
If I
what
got a
Kate always
handshake that
says.
was soft, I'm like
Like a
it
little
would-
girl in
no,
the man.
like I would literally squirm, not in a good way.
Now I know what Cooper's hands feel like.
No, they're so rough. I mean, they're like a porcupine. You know, they're so rough. But that's like big for me. And even as a young girl, couldn't do soft hands.
You're the first person I heard that from.
Can you bait a hook?
No.
Can you can
See,
you
like-
can you hang a light fixture? If you
Yeah.
can't, you're not in. You're
I
not
never had these little check boxes.
Well, you also you were
Yeah.
young, but you were young.
I'm
would
like,
say
I was like
everything
11.
was.
What are you talking about?
I feel like I
Yeah.
didn't pick; it just happened, and I was like, "All right,
It was serendipitous. That's the way it should be.
okay, yeah." Like I always say, I'm like, I don't know why I fell in love with you. I just did.
Yeah.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I know that sounds
It's so
bad
nice
sometimes.
though to not have all this, because I think that a lot of the time, like the issue is that there's like these boxes that you have,
Yeah.
or these like non-negotiable lists. That's why I'm always like, this is what I really do genuinely like, but even though I'm saying no to everything, I'm like,
Yeah.
but who knows what will happen? You know?
Like you can't really help it sometimes.
Yeah, but like guys, who knows? Maybe I'm gonna just like wake up and be engaged one day. Like you really never know these days.
I think the older we get, the more we want out of people because it's the more we require. And we learn so much about ourselves. not to be too deep, but
No, please.
I hope to God I never ever have to find another husband. But I just know like it would not be easy for me because I'm so well taken care of now. You know,
Yeah.
Well, also feel like because you've also been through a full relationship, so you'll be able to like take bits and pieces of that
and compare. I didn't have that.
I feel like the comparison would be really hard.
Yeah.
Cooper was like my first real life, like adult relationship. I don't know how I would react.
It would be really crazy. I
He
can't
puts
even
up with a
imagine
lot.
either of you like single.
No, me on no.
You would be crazy.
In the streets, I'd be like, oh my God, next.
You would either be
She
at
would not
home-
be sober right now. She'd
no,
be
I
fine.
mean, no, you're absolutely right.
You would be like wild, fun party girl.
I don't even, yeah.
Or you would be a hermit at home wanting
Do
to
you
Probably a
think
hermit.
you would be like your still little Miss Western self though?
You know, I don't know because I feel like when I first came into like the Western world, I didn't know anything about it, so I didn't really dress that way. And it just kind of came to me naturally that I already liked to dress like that. So I wanted to. It didn't make me feel as insecure anymore. But I think now it's like who I am. And I feel the most comfortable when I'm like wearing my Western clothes, which is not who I was. But believe it or not, when I met Cooper, I had on cowboy boots. And I only had them on because I did a cheer photo shoot and we wore cowboy boots in our uniforms. And he was like, saw those cowboy boots and I was like, thank God I was wearing those fucking boots. You know? Thank God I went to Buffalo Wild Wings.
The Western has been there from the get go. You just had to
to,
recognize it and bring it out.
I mean,
exactly
also
right.
growing up in Texas, there is an element whether you want it or not.
Yeah.
You know?
And
Yeah.
you can, like, you're from Texas, you should feel comfortable to wear cowboy boots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when I was living in LA and I had cowboy boots, and I remember before they'd kind of gotten popular again, or no, this would have been when they were popular. I was like, oh, I can wear my boots, and I would wear them, and I would just feel like so insecure.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
I could never imagine
Which is crazy.
like 5 years ago walking around LA in cowboy boots. I feel like
Oh, and
it
I
would be
obviously
like
would.
daggers.
And now,
No,
like,
it
in
was
Paris,
crazy.
they wear them all up and
oh
down
my
the
God,
street.
yeah,
They're everywhere.
I saw that. I saw
I
one
know.
girl wearing cowboy boots, and I was genuinely so shocked. My jaw hit the floor.
I know.
I thought it was like Josh.
I think Yellowstone, like, really
Yes.
eclipsed the Western
it
world.
kind of like fantasized it a
Yeah,
little
it
bit.
did.
Or not fantasized, I think made it a little bit more real and normal.
No, people wanted it.
Or
and it's-
relatable. I don't even know.
I've never seen it, but I've heard that it's, like, very realistic to the Western world, but I don't want to watch what our real life is.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's fun to people that, like, don't know what it is, but being around cattle and, like, horse shit and all that stuff is
Yeah.
very normal if you go to a PBR, so.
Yeah.
And
That
I don't
sounds
live
fun.
on a ranch. I live in Dallas.
Would you ever want to live on a ranch?
Yeah, the older
have
I
a
get, well, we do, but like I couldn't
It's-
live there.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's in South Texas, and it's just too far away. Like it's
Well, you
so
hadn't
dark
even
at
been
night.
there.
I have been now.
I know,
been
but like
twice.
for years, right?
No, I mean I went twice, and we've had it for a few years. So
Okay.
like once a year. Not a lot. My husband would love me to go more, but he doesn't even go that much because it's so far. And we flew into Midland, I believe, and we drove there. It was still 2.5 hour drive for Thanksgiving.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like a haul to get there. But it's the darkest night in the sky because there's no light pollution. So you can see so many stars. It's so beautiful. So, and he was always like, you got to come out and see the stars. You got to see the stars. So I finally went out there and I'm like, wow, I kind of get it. But I couldn't live there, but I could
Yeah.
live on a ranch.
Yeah.
in
That's
Dallas.
like my dream.
In Dallas.
Yeah,
there
in
are
Dallas.
places for that.
Yeah,
You
she
can
wants-
make that happen.
you're
She
right.
wants to live on a ranch in Dallas proper.
Yes. He's like, as if you wish.
Yeah.
We were driving down, I think Lovers or somewhere, and there was 2.2 acres for sale. And we were following each other for some reason. We both had our separate cars. He's like, pull over. There's a sign. We get a call. They call these people right now. It's 2 acres. Calls him $9 million. He was like, never mind. Turn back
Just
around.
for the 2 acres, no house.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
Dallas housing is literally
It's nuts.
wild.
I know, it is crazy. It's gotten like out of control.
I
In my
was-
hometown right now, I'm like, oh my God, I cannot believe that. It's
I know.
insane.
Oh my God, remember when we first started looking? It's like a year and a half ago. I literally would look at our realtor and I'm like, how do people in their 20s afford
this.
a
Yeah.
house? Like, how do you get married in your 20s and afford a house?
I know.
Yeah.
Especially if you
Like-
work in Dallas and then you have
Oh
to
my
commute if you
God.
don't. Like it's, yeah, I truly like don't, I worry for my son, you know?
Yeah.
It's, yeah.
It's so scary.
It is.
Okay, guys, well, we're here at our dinner party. I have my favorite question that I like to ask all my dinner party guests.
Okay.
You're hosting a dinner party and you're inviting 6 people. Who are you inviting?
On my
Please.
list.
I have my list on my phone too. I think we're gonna have a
I
little bit
don't-
of overlap.
I do not believe that you narrowed it down to 6 people.
Well, here's the thing. One thing about me is there's always more than 6. Next thing, you guys will be surprised on my list because it's not everyone that you would think.
Okay.
But I'm switching it up because I say this every episode. So,
so-
every dinner party. So mine's a little different.
Okay.
And it's more geared towards the crowd here.
That's fun for you.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
I'm going to start with the most obvious. Dolly Parton.
Yeah, I knew that would be our
knew
yeah.
that was
she's
gonna be on your
absolutely
list.
the queen.
I
I,
knew
love
that
her
was
so
gonna be on
much
your
for
list.
obvious reasons, but she's just the number one, the most important. That's most obvious. Number 2, Keke Palmer. I don't know why she's the
love
best. Like, right? Her energy's
Oh my God, I
so
love
good.
her.
Anytime I like
She's
watch a clip
amazing.
of her, my whole entire algorithm is Keke Palmer because
Yeah.
I love to watch her.
Wait,
stuff.
that's so, I feel
She's
like my
so
whole
amazing.
feed now is
I
about to
will
be
like
Keke
and
Palmer.
comment everything she's on because I'm like, I need to see more of her.
Yeah.
Cat Williams, because he's hilarious. We flew to go see him in North Carolina. I love a comedian, and I have to laugh. I'm at dinner, I need to be laughing. So that's another obvious one for me. Diana Spencer, because I love everything Diana Spencer. I think she just has a really great story to tell. There's so much we didn't get to hear from her, so I need to hear from her. So she's passed, but I'd like her to be there. Grace Kelly, the Princess of Monaco. I cannot believe she gave up her entire life in America to go get married in Monaco. So I want to know more about her for that reason.
That's a good one.
And then Miranda Lambert, another obvious one. She's really spicy. It's like she'll
Yeah.
have like a gun at her hip.
Wait,
in case
who?
anything is
Miranda
crazy.
Lambert, absolutely.
She does like the little
Can she
belt
cover?
buckle
She's a little
gun. Have you
crazy.
seen those? The
No,
little
I
belt-
need it,
Oh my
though.
God, you need to get Cooper one of those.
I do need to.
My sister got her husband one of those, and it's or my,
Send me the link.
something like that. It's
Send me
literally
the shot, Mai.
the cutest little thing ever. A belt buckle with a little tiny gun in it.
Love it.
That's crazy.
I don't know if it's real.
Gunpowder and Lead is like one of my early.
That's my karaoke song.
It's my favorite song ever. What early Miranda Lambert? There's nothing like it.
Nope.
It's on my run playlist. Like you would think my run playlist would be like rap or pop or like. I have Tate McRae, but it's literally like early Miranda Lambert, Carrie Underwood, Tate McRae. I have some Kendrick on there from like childhood stuff. But it's mainly Miranda
Anybody
Lambert.
that has Gunpowder and Lead like as their favorite song,
It's so good.
should be scared of that person because I was screaming that at the top of my lungs when I was a kid. Like vividly remember getting a karaoke machine for Christmas in County Road. Yeah, like I can sing it right now.
It's also cool because her parents. I'm gonna butcher this
Didn't they adopt her?
story.
Oh
I'm
no,
not-
they worked as police.
Yes, they were
policemen and
they were
investigators.
police investigators, and they would take in
Children.
like women of domestic violence. I'm
Yes.
pretty sure I heard this on Theo Von. I
No,
think.
this is true.
And that's what Gunpowder and Lead is inspired by, is like her experiences with those women. She was
Oh,
younger.
wow.
So it was like she was like 14 and these people were like living in her home and her parents were taking them in.
Oh,
and then that's where the story came from.
I did not know.
Yeah,
that
because the
storyline.
story Gunpowder and Lead, I guess, is about a woman going through domestic abuse, and then her
Yeah.
husband comes home and she's going to shoot him.
Yeah.
And light the house on fire, right?
Oh yeah, it's
Or is that
early
kerosene?
country. No, you're probably getting Goodbye Earl, like thinking of that. But yeah, it is.
Kerosene's one of her songs too.
Oh,
I
kerosene
think.
is kerosene is in my top 3.
Just know if we ever
Automatic-
go to karaoke together,
Oh, we should.
we should.
Automatic, kerosene, and Gunpowder and Lead.
And then
Mama's
Pistol
Broken
Annie's.
Heart.
That's a
Yes.
whole nother.
It's, it just,
I could go on.
I
How
have
about
it
that?
on.
You needed more than 6 spots.
I know. 6 isn't enough.
Miranda Lambert actually has been on one of mine before. Obviously, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I only have 5 on here. I'm adding Miranda Lambert.
Okay.
Okay.
Add her on.
Miranda Lambert, Dolly Parton, obviously.
Duh.
Riley King, our queen, obviously.
Oh,
obsessed. Like literally
Missed
obsessed.
opportunity for
See,
me.
Normally I wouldn't do Friends.
Yeah.
But like I am obsessed with her and she's so funny and she's like such a good dinner party invite because everything that comes out of her mouth is
It's
so good.
hilarious,
Like
yeah.
she is one of those people who is, one, she's an amazing friend, but 2, like everything she says is funny. Like she's
I feel like
actually,
you have to have that component.
God, she's
or
so funny.
it'll be horrible.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I have Nicole Richie, but she was on my last one as well. You would love Nicole Richie.
I
if you
feel like I
really
would.
like leaned in a little bit more.
But when I watched The Simple Life, I always resonated more with Paris Hilton. I don't know
need to
why.
watch
Well, everyone
that.
did
Everyone
because
did.
Paris was the star.
Yeah, probably
but
so.
Nicole is the underrated star. Because
Yeah.
like watching it back as an adult, I watched their encore thing. I was like, wait, Nicole's the best. Like, I mean, they're both amazing.
Yeah.
But like she is so
She stood up
incredible.
for Paris. She took no shit.
Wait, that
Yeah.
already
Yeah.
came out? Their new little episodes of it?
Yeah. I've been seeing Sauna Sauce. It's like changed my life. Like actually, like I'm obsessed.
I did not know what that was. And when that
from that.
news broke that they were doing like the encore thing,
Yeah.
I had like a friend from high school like come up to me and like say that little tune, and I literally looked at her like,
What is that?
what are you saying? She was like, Claire, you were kidding me. I thought you would have literally been all over
Yeah,
that.
that would have been like so you.
My dad didn't let me watch anything when I was
Yeah,
younger.
I
like,
get that.
Literally.
Also, we were like young, like, but
We should not
honestly-
have been watching it. Let's be
No.
real.
No, oh God. I was like a senior in high school and I was watching Burlesque with, I mean, it's not
Guys,
not bad.
Oh, I'll do
Dad,
you one more.
Change that. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, are you kidding me?
I was 5 watching Sex and the City.
I'm gonna do up one more. I was watching The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. Yes, ma'am.
Oh.
Have you seen that? With
No,
Dolly?
I didn't know what that is.
No.
This is your homework tonight.
Okay.
Go home and watch Dolly Parton in The Best Little Whorehouse. Like looking back now, I watched it with my husband a few years ago, and I'm like,
Cannot believe.
my God.
Oh my God, no.
She's
watch
just,
it.
She's just trying to get us to not watch her show tonight.
Yeah, I know. Oh my God, I
No,
already
wait,
have plans
watch
on
them
what I'm
both
watching.
together. I mean,
Okay, fine.
I'm serious. The Best Little Whorehouse, Dolly Parton. But
I'll be
next?
watching that.
I wish I could have gotten away with stuff like that.
Okay, my next one will be Cameron Diaz because I'm obsessed with Cameron Diaz, and also her and Nicole Richie are sister-in-laws, and they're both married to the Madden brothers.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Yes,
Billy and
and
Joel. What's their name?
Benji and
Benji
Joel.
and Joel.
I am obsessed with them. Like, one of them has a podcast, Nicole's husband, and it's so good. He has the most like calming energy. That's what I mean by like more of a creative man. He, not him exactly, but like he is very creative and he's very confident and he still is like very manly, but he's not like.
So would you date an actor?
No, my God.
I could never
It doesn't
tell if
need
they
to
were
be
lying.
someone famous. Like, it needs to
I
be
could never
like,
do it. I could never do it.
Yeah, actors are also like the worst to date. But I like someone who like surprises you and doesn't put themselves in a box. That's why I like a guy who's like more creative. I think I like that about people in general. Like, I've just like common trait. So, anyways, obsessed with them. In an ideal world, I would do like with their husbands. Like, I'm obsessed with the whole thing. I have so many questions. And then my last one is Jennifer Coolidge, just because like
She's hilarious.
obviously.
That's a good
Such
one.
a good one, right?
That's a random one.
Yes, but it's so good.
It is a good one.
It's
Wait,
so good.
that's really funny.
I'm obsessed with her. She's really had like a
am too.
renaissance,
She
you know?
has.
She has literally had the biggest rebirth. It's unreal.
Yes. Absolutely.
Like, she just was kind of like a random celebrity that just out of nowhere.
You know how she had a rebirth?
Wasn't it
White Lotus?
White Lotus? I was gonna say-
Well, she credits it. No, it was even before that. It was Ariana Grande putting her in her music video because she had kind of gone off because she's so
What, the Thank You
typecasted.
Next?
Yeah. And like no one was hiring her anymore, and she had her big roles, and people just like weren't seeing her talent. And the second, once Ariana, she says this, like this isn't me just saying this. When Ariana Grande put her in that music video, all of a sudden her phone was like off the like ringing. Like,
That's wild.
crazy. Isn't that wild?
I do feel like she is the type of person to where like she plays the same type of
typecast.
role. Yeah. To where I feel like it would be hard.
Yeah, totally.
You know?
But then people, I guess they just didn't know that everyone like obviously wants Jennifer Coolidge. Duh. So.
Yeah, no.
She's everything to me. Like I think she's so
hilarious.
funny.
What
You
if
know who
she's-
also would be so good as Theo Vaughn? He's just so funny.
Yeah, he would.
I don't think
Comedic
I
relief.
would have to work out for like a month after having a dinner party with him because I would laugh so much that I would burn enough calories to like
Absolutely.
be set for.
He's
a while.
so funny. Like he's so funny.
Josh
Let's
would
hear
like
your
love to
list.
look up
I
clips
need
of
to
him.
know.
When I was putting mine together, mine main ones were who's gonna like laughing. I want to sit down at a dinner table and like not get up for like 3-4 hours. You know what I
Same,
mean?
that's
Like
the goal. Yeah.
one of those where it's like you look at your watch and you're like, where did the time go? And I've literally always said this, but putting together 6 was hard. But
It is.
one, I have always said this. I would love to sit down with Kris Jenner.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Pick
god.
that woman's
Yeah.
brain. I'm like, do I want to do educational people or do I want to do like fun people? I went the fun route. Kris Jenner really is my only like. I would want to pick
She's
her
both.
brain. Like, you built an empire.
Yeah.
How did you do that? You kind of like pimped out your daughters, but like
All
you
of
made
them.
it last.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't just like a phase. Like, they're still constantly evolving and doing things. For funny vibes, who I also just am obsessed with, I think Justin Bieber would literally be hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, I literally think he would be a goofy, just like, I just imagine him like slouching back in his chair and just like spitting out these little like, I just like a bottle of
One-liners.
wine with Justin Bieber would be hilarious. And then I have to have Haley there because I would love to see the dynamic between the two of them.
Of course.
Okay, this is like so random. They're not really like celebrities. Do y'all know the Milk Mob sisters?
No.
Yes.
The strawberry milk mob,
bathing
coconut milk
suits.
mob.
Yeah, they're
What is
really
it,
cute.
blueberry milk?
You've definitely seen them on TikTok.
Oh my
Guys,
gosh.
I really haven't.
There's no way.
Because
They're like-
my algorithm is like grandma stuff.
you
I
haven't
really don't.
seen
They
them.
are like, what, in their 20s?
Yeah.
I don't think Strawberry is older than...
I don't know all of them, but the strawberry one is the one that I follow.
What is her brand?
referring
Is
to
it-
her as a fruit, but I
What-
think
I
it's
know.
called Milk Mob.
The swimsuits, so basically
Mm-hmm.
the oldest, there's 3 daughters. The oldest daughter has a swimsuit brand, but the other 2 girls, sisters, work for her now. The dynamic of all 3 of them is wild.
Wait,
But
that's
like-
the TikTok that I sent in the.
Oh wait,
the
yes,
group,
yeah,
yeah.
that's them. That's
Okay,
them.
okay.
But
Do they get
literally,
along? Like, are they funny?
They all work together. I mean, I don't know if
Okay.
they
They
get
make me
along.
laugh,
That's
yeah.
why I would love to have them sit down
Yeah.
because I
Okay,
would
yeah.
love
She's
to
gonna
be like,
find out.
I have 2 sisters. I would love eventually if
Yeah.
like they could work with me one day on like a brand. I think we would literally murder each other.
Absolutely.
Like, I don't think me and my sisters could do it. My dad literally was like, don't do it.
Yeah.
Like, it just would not work for us. But literally, they're so funny together.
And they're beautiful.
They're stunning. They all work together, though. Their personalities are all polar opposites. I would love to sit down with them and see how they work.
I'm gonna do
with
research on the other
sisters.
2 fruits tonight.
Blueberry's the wild one.
Okay.
Strawberry's the
why
main
do they have
owner.
Strawberries
What's
and-
the thing with the fruits? With
I
them?
don't know. I think it might
That's
be
just
like
their
a
nickname?
nickname.
Okay.
I don't even know how to pull it up.
I just didn't know if it was
strawberry and blueberry.
Strawberry and blueberry, and then what's the other? Coconut?
Maybe. I've seen it on my feed for sure.
Yeah.
Just by liking their stuff. But I like the Strawberry Girls content. She's really cute.
Yeah, she's so
banging
cute.
body too.
They're funny.
Banging body.
So everyone's funny so far. And then lastly, I'm sorry I have to do it, but Taylor Swift.
Fair.
Like,
She's normally on
I
mine.
couldn't have a dinner party and like not have her on there if I could have anybody. Like,
I would love to see like Taylor and Travis together.
I just like imagine all these celebrities. I'm like, I want to see y'all and experience y'all with a glass of wine. Like,
Yeah.
what are y'all liquored up? Like, that's
Yeah.
what mine is. Like, that's what I think.
No,
I think
that's
Justin
real.
Bieber with a bottle of wine would be hilarious.
I think like most people with a bottle of wine. Like
Are
actually,
hilarious.
no, I don't. I think that there's actually a lot of boring people in the world.
Yeah.
I was saying this earlier, but it's so rare when you're really just like
There's a lot
out
of
in the
boring
wild and you meet a normal person. Like it's really rare. Like it's just so rare these days. Like you meet and
What
it's
do you
like,
mean normal?
Like someone that you would
social-
like hang out with,
Yeah.
spend time with. Like other people, it's like whoa. Or
Yeah.
even like you make friends with someone and then you know when you just like have this realization, like they do something really shady and you're like, oh.
I also feel like it's weird, like when you are online, you have like an online presence.
Yeah.
I feel like it makes meeting people in person like stranger.
They have like a
Preconceived
yeah,
idea of
of who
Yeah,
you
and
are.
it's like weird because like they might know who you like, how you act, but like you don't know them, so it already feels off balanced. I don't know. I feel
Well,
like that's
even
what I
if-
struggle with. Like,
Even if they don't have, they have like no idea who you are, like they can quickly go on and then they
Yes.
feel like you know,
Like,
and I act genuinely the exact same, like
Yeah.
in person as I do on camera and whatever, but like it's obviously like such a small part of your life, you know what I mean? So it just feels,
I always think about the girls who put all the details about their dating life. I'm like,
Yeah.
how do you do that, knowing that he could literally?
it.
Not that I'm against it. I'm just saying, how do you literally do that?
I was
knowing
thinking
that he
about
could
this-
literally see it.
Yeah, no, I was thinking about this very recently.
Like, what if you
because
like him?
I think you probably
You don't-
maybe you wouldn't.
You don't do
I
it if
don't
you
know.
like him. Also,
But like just sharing any details,
Any
good,
details.
bad, like anything. I just feel like
So scary.
like I don't know.
no, like it is so scary. And also I have like the actual craziest date, like story time. And the guy, he was fine. Like he wasn't like a mean guy. But I'm like, honestly, like I feel like people who are so much bigger, like just like air everything out. But I like feel really bad because I'm like, I don't want to hurt his feelings.
Yeah.
But he was actually the craziest. Like it would be like the funniest podcast episode. But I've been thinking about that too. I'm like, God, should I just like start whoring my life out more? You know what I mean? Because like I have so many like crazy things, but I just can't.
This is my thought process on that. There are so many people that do have to whore out every detail of their life to get ahead or to get partnerships
Yeah.
and brand. And if you don't have to, and you're interesting enough without all of that, and you don't have to give too many details, that is the sweet spot.
I mean, I guess, and I'm like, am I really that? And I don't feel like I'm that interesting. So I'm like, at a certain point, like,
I'm certainly not.
I'm sorry.
I'm
you have
certainly
about
not, but
1,000 freaking hobbies, yet you're not interesting.
Okay,
Yeah.
Oh
but
my
they're
God,
hobbies.
your brain pivots so fast, and I'm like, I'm still on task number 1 5 years ago.
she is like, well, knit, yarn,
She is Miss
crochet.
Pivoter.
I mean,
you're a pivoter.
I do watch your stuff, and I'm like, I could be doing more.
Yeah.
but it's just like, I feel like I have so many crazy stories to tell, you know? I do think like I'm gonna start sharing like bits and pieces more because I also sometimes feel like more disconnected from like my audience.
Oh, you
Because
do?
I'm
I think we
keeping-
go in waves of that.
I feel like you
Yeah.
go in waves.
Yeah.
Right now, I feel like, you know what it is? Honestly, it's when I start dating and then I keep things more private.
You're like, I'm being a phony.
Is when I feel like I'm
Being-
fake and I'm a fraud, but really
Yeah.
it's just like a boundary.
Yeah.
But no, like I do have a crazy, like I'll do a little touch base on that. You know?
I feel like once you're like completely done with them, it's like, I mean, yeah, why not?
yeah, but I just
You
don't want
know,
to hurt their
throw us a
feelings.
bone.
It's not
give us
like live
something.
updates of like, oh, I'm going on this date with this person, and
Yeah.
then like, oh, this was all cute and fuzzy, and he did this and he did that, and oh, I didn't like how he did this.
The thought of a
No.
man seeing me film and get ready with me for a date with him and be, oh my God, no.
Jail.
Like,
Literally lock me up.
I couldn't do it.
I could not
I'd
do
be,
it.
I'd be like embarrassed.
But I love to
Yeah.
watch that type of content.
Me too.
Yeah.
And I love that
I
those
love
girls
it.
do
I love it. Me too.
oh,
yeah.
I know one girl that does it all the time, and I stalk her all the time because I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like, I would feel so vulnerable.
And I do feel
That's
like
what it is.
I don't.
That's
Not
what
that
I
I feel
mean by
connected, but
embarrassed.
I don't know. I feel like I know a lot about them. Whereas
Yeah.
I don't feel like my audience. They know what I want them to know about me, and that's very surface because again, I want to protect my son, protect my family. But I do also want to. When I'm not telling things that are going on in my life, I'm like, oh man, I hate that I'm not talking about this. I feel like an imposter.
Yeah.
You know?
See, like that's so nice. I feel like I have a hard time.
But you probably
Zip.
are keeping. That's
Yeah,
good.
you
That's
do keep
very
things off,
honest,
though.
very real. Yeah.
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 But I do think like when you have a kid, it changes the whole dynamic of what you think. Like,
Yeah.
you know, my son goes to school with kids that their parents follow me on Instagram, which is fine. But like you don't. I don't know. can they come over if they think I'm crazy?
Yeah.
You know, like you want to protect
I literally
that.
was wondering that. Like, how do you do that?
Yeah, he's come home from school several times and been like, Mom, so-and-so watches your TikTok videos with her mom. And she said she wanted to know where you got this or something. So, yeah. I'm like,
Just have
I'm
your
gonna
mom
let her know.
text
And
me.
I'm so embarrassed. I'm like, oh my God.
No, that's cute. My niece the other day, she's an iPad, and I was like texting her on her iPad or whatever, and I was on the news, and I sent her a photo from the news, and she goes, "Wow," and then I reply,
She thinks you're
she's
like
9.
the coolest. Well, you are.
Well, no, she not so fast. I said, I go, "Don't worry, I don't think I embarrassed you," or "I don't worry, I hope I didn't embarrass you or something," and she replies, "It's fine."
It's fine.
Doesn't even
I was like,
care.
They text so dry. Like my brother,
Thanks.
who is 20, is just like, I'll make a love you, be like, okay.
No, I love you back.
I was like, I thought she would be like, "That's so cool."
Yeah.
She goes, "It's fine."
It's fine.
No.
Don't mention it.
Yeah, I was like, oh, my bad. It's really a lot. Moving on our dinner party. Okay, oh, this is a good one because we're all like girls who love to shop, and girls who love to buy things. Okay,
Really?
I know.
I would have never thought.
What makes you think that?
What was the first thing you bought with your own money?
Oh my God, that's hard.
Like big?
Like, for example, my answer would be, this is the first thing I bought with like YouTube money when I was in high school.
Okay.
It was this gray Marc Jacobs bag that was probably like $200, $300. So it was like that wasn't like a massive purchase, but it's not like,
So like memorable.
Okay.
that's memorable. Like that's
Okay.
the
All right,
first thing
I remember
that I
this.
remember being like, oh my God, I'm so excited. And I loved that person. I like had it forever. It was ugly.
Okay, I remember mine.
Got it.
So,
Got it.
we had just gotten married. We had started our first year of baseball life. This is like 2021. I was still going to dental school at the time. Blast of the past. So I was in a gap year, but was just posting minor league life because it was truly traumatizing. And I just knew that no one was going to believe the words. I needed to see the footage. And like that's how my social media career started. And I remember like I started getting like little minor brand deals. I remember like my first brand deal was like $400. And I was like, oh my God.
I'm rich.
Josh, we're rich. Like, oh my God. Like in comparison to what you make in the minor leagues, like, oh my God. And we went to season that year. We were in like upstate New York, and there's some outlet malls out there. And we were passing by. It was like right after Josh had gotten promoted from like low A to high A. I don't even know. And we were passing through the outlet malls, and I bought like, it was like a designer, like there, you know, like all those like 20 stores, whatever. And I bought like this little pink little Prada clutch that you could only go in like 5 at a time because it was like during COVID still. And Josh didn't want to come in with me. And I'm like through the window, like, do you want the blue purse or the pink purse? Like, I don't know which one to do. But I think it was like a $600 bag that was like discounted.
That's still a big
But
deal.
I was like, you bought this with social media money that you never thought you were ever gonna have.
Yeah.
And I didn't go to dental school after that. So I was like, that's my little token of love.
That's
and
cute.
you still have it.
Heck yeah, I still have it. It's like one of those things I'll never wear again, probably, but I will never get rid of
can't
it.
get rid
I'm
of
like,
it.
I just look at it in the closet. I'm like,
It's so cute.
My story is gonna be a little bit different because I got married so young, and I started my first business in 2016, and I was 21, and it was the lash business. And it went from me just like selling lashes. I would post a photo on Instagram, and I'd be like, comment your email so I can send you an invoice. I was literally sending like, I would get 25 sales of $30 lashes, and I'm like, I'm literally so rich. Like, that's what I was thinking.
Guys, actually, Jeff Bezos, step aside.
Yeah, please. And I was, 21, and I just wanted to prove myself so bad because people always called me a gold digger. And that really prompted me making my own money. And at the time, we didn't share accounts because, I needed my own. I really didn't have any money. I was just starting, and I didn't want to know how much money I was making,
Yeah.
Like, dear God, all those invoices, my finger was tired sending them on PayPal. No, it got big fast. Like, it really did. And then I bought a car. I bought the Mercedes. It was a C300.
Okay, that's
Well,
a
no.
big purchase.
No.
I'm freaking proud of that.
I know. Well, no, I really wasn't in designer bags yet. I really wasn't.
Yeah.
And that was because he bought me my first ever real designer bag. And it was a Louis Vuitton after he won the world in 2016. So kind of the same time he was winning the world and I was making money. So I really didn't need him to do those things. And I would have never asked him to do those things before then. And I was really, really weird about like not wanting anybody to think that I just wanted him for anything other than that I loved him. So that is what I was like, you know what? You've always paid for me cars. I'm going to go buy my own car. So I went by myself to the Mercedes dealership and I bought a car.
That is very
off the floor.
impressive.
And I paid cash for it.
Wow.
That is so, okay.
That is cool.
That's really not impressive because if you think about it, like I really was dependent upon a man for several years of my life, and there's nothing wrong with that either. By the way, it just wasn't what I wanted for myself. But I want that now again.
I used to always be that way.
Wait, let's talk about that.
No, listen, guys. I used to.
I
always
could go
be
on and on
way.
about that now.
I used to be like, I likely will be the breadwinner, blah blah blah. I'm like, whoa, I don't want that at all. Like, I don't I don't want any responsibilities. Sorry.
I want to go back to where I don't have to worry about anything, but at the same time, I don't want to give up my income that I get to spend how I want. You know what I mean? Like,
For sure.
Like, it's like, that's what the hard part is. Like, you are contributing, so I do have say, which, okay, if I wasn't contributing, Josh would not let me have, I'm not saying he wouldn't let me have say, but it's just like, it's.
You feel more freedom.
Whenever we first got married, I literally was not making anything because I was in a gap year. And it was when we joined bank accounts, I was like, "What? I don't know what you want from me." Like, I remember I had like some money from like a rec that I got in. That was my savings account. He like took all of it, put it in the investments, and I was like, "Well, now I have nothing. So like, what do? I can't just swipe your card at Target." And he's like, "Yeah, you can."
It felt uncomfortable for me too.
That was the weirdest adjustment ever. Is like, I know we're all of a sudden just like one day you're not, and the next day you're married, and it's just like boom, you're supposed to like jump into that.
I never had a debit card or credit card in his account or anything. He would just give me cash. And it wasn't that he just didn't want to give to me. It was just we were so young, we were always together. There was just no reason. But, you know, as I started making my own money and put it in an account, I'm like, he doesn't need to know about this. You know?
Let's keep this between you, myself, and I.
Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly, it's less about the money. It's more about the, like, I don't want to be the one that's in charge of, like, paying the bills. Like, I have had to do that myself since I was 17. It's in a decade now. So, like, I hate doing that. Like, having to be responsible.
Do you do it?
No.
No, like, I honestly need to outsource that.
No, like,
But I think I just need to get married.
But you know, like everyone says, like, never just let one person do the bills in case the rare thing happens.
Yeah.
No,
I
don't. I couldn't tell you where it goes.
Anything.
AT&T or what were we saying earlier? Vivint. Like
Goals.
No idea. Yeah.
What is the most embarrassing clothing item you've ever worn?
God, there's been so many.
I know. I don't even know where to begin.
There's been so many.
I feel this way about things I wore 3 weeks ago, honestly.
See, no, I feel this way about boutique style.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like I loved that. Mm-hmm. And like back to like Bella boutique style, you know, I just feel like I milked it for way much longer than I really should have.
What does that mean? Like, is it
like just like not investing? I feel like in good clothes. Like I feel like I was just buying like Zara, like basically like Zara, but like boutiques. You know what I mean? Like it's just like $20-$30 things that like I'm like I don't even really like that. It just was $30 at a boutique that was cute and pink and had a ruffle. I don't know, but like I wore that for way too long. Like I should have been shopping at Revolve quicker or going on Shopbot quicker.
Like Hill House or something.
Yeah, like I just, I don't know.
When I think back to like my most embarrassing times, I would say it's my early LA days when everyone was wearing like Topshop and no one was smiling in photos. And like it was just such a time. I look back.
Like cheaper
it was
clothes.
more,
It's like the cheaper
but
clothes.
Topshop unfortunately wasn't cheap.
It was expensive.
So in that sense, yes. But
like
I couldn't
$70
afford that.
But
all.
now?
No, I just mean like back.
Still pretty expensive now, but
Yeah, Topshop was a totally different thing though, like 10 years ago. Oh, wow. So Topshop, they had this store at the Grove that was massive. And basically, if you've been to the Grove in LA, it was like right across from like where American Girl is now.
it was like the Aritzia.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, and everyone was like going for that. It was like skinny. Oh, it was just like it was so bad. And again, like no one was smiling in any photos. Like that was like my worst time of my life. Like no one was smiling in any photos. I was drinking way too much Cheetos, and it like my face it was just not good.
Are we gonna feel this way about the really wide leg jeans later on?
I love a wide leg jean.
I do so
too.
comfy.
I love it. You're talking about like the really relaxed wide leg. I'm talking about like palazzo jeans. I just love any wide leg jean. But then again, I love skinny jeans too. I like any jean.
I don't understand how you don't wear a skinny jean if you want to tuck your jean into a boot.
Boot.
Like
To clarify, I'm not anti-skinny jean. I actually do like them. It was the way that I was wearing them.
No, for
the ones
sure.
that I had.
You
Like,
probably
they
wear
were
them
like
gladiator
a-
sandals.
They
or
were
something.
kind of like cut off a little too early.
Oh my
and I was
god,
like,
I used to
that
have those
was-
like up
okay,
to the knee.
That's what I hated.
Up
There we
to
go.
the knee.
Or how about the most atrocious headband across my
I
forehead?
just had a flashback.
I never did that. I never did that.
I had it in different jewel tones, different flowers.
Oh my
Lord.
god. No, that
It was
so
a time.
bad.
My pregnancy photos, I have a freaking floral headband draped across my forehead. Forever going to be a part of my pregnancy.
Oh my god, I
yeah.
do. In like your maternity photo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should pull it
I think
up.
I've seen that photo.
It's horrible.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Have you posted it before?
I hope not.
Maybe it was like close friends or something. I think I've seen it because I can picture it.
I need to show
I've seen
you.
it.
Have you? Do you remember what color I was wearing? I was so
White.
big.
Was it white?
Wrong photo.
Were you in the field?
I wasn't in the field. Okay.
Oh, that's what I'm
Studio.
thinking of.
No, it wasn't in a studio.
That's
Okay,
what
I
I'm
probably
thinking
can't
of. Like
find
her in
it.
Old photo.
yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
There's multiple photos
I need
of
context.
the
I need to
headband.
give context.
I'm like, actually, I think you wore that more than you thought.
Oh, this was a field.
That's what I'm
my
thinking
God,
of.
yeah.
A bouquet on my
I don't know
head.
why I was thinking white.
Not something.
So many eras.
So many eras. So little time.
How long
It's
ago
so
was that?
crazy.
That was 2015. I was pregnant. So I was 20 years old. That was 10 years ago. Wow. You know, I'm about to be 30. Wah, wah.
It's so crazy that you're not even 30 yet.
It's
So insane.
I know. But I say that because I feel so much older considering I'll be the youngest person in my friend group with the oldest child. You
Yeah.
know, like all their kids are 5, 4, 3.
And you've
I'm
lived
like,
more life.
My son is literally going to middle school next year. Yeah. I mean, and it is crazy. But on the other side of that, I'm like, I am 12. I
Yeah.
cannot be leading this household. You know,
Yeah.
like I can't be in charge. You know?
Oh, I do that
Like,
all
oh,
the time. Like, been married for 4 years. We bought our house last year, and Josh just bought a new car. I bought a new car a year and a half ago, and I'm like, I feel like we're too young to be like doing adult things. Like, not like nothing like money wise. I just like feel like I'm playing house. So,
Yeah. Oh, I
like no
feel that
matter
about
what
everything.
happens, like I get like a couch delivered that I designed myself, and I'm like, what? How are you 18 getting a couch delivered, but in reality you're like 26.
Yeah.
Right? I'm like, I just still feel like will forever feel like I'm playing house.
Yeah. You will, whenever you have kids, and like, I say whenever, maybe if you don't even want kids, I'm just saying. I think that's like things that make it so much more real. When you have
Like
to
make you feel grown up.
Yeah, I just think like, I don't know, you have to literally take care of another human. It's no longer just about you or about your husband. And
Yeah.
doing that so young, it flips your world on its head.
But I feel like now you're like,
Oh, now
doing what
I'm on like autopilot.
Yeah,
I'm
now
like,
you're
I'm
like-
fine. Yeah. No, I left like I said, I left my house early because they're all playing Nerf gun and fighting, and that's just like a boy household. So I needed the girl energy quickly.
You're ready to leave.
Yeah, I was ready to get it right.
If you can make one thing illegal, what would it be? Mine would be people chewing with their mouths open, just like in general, or like making any sort of chewing noise.
oh
near
my
me.
God.
Prison.
Okay, that never bothered me, but now I'm gonna be more cognizant of it because I never
have
thought
mucus
about
I
it.
have.
Okay.
My mother's
It's a
the
real
same
thing.
way as
It's
you.
a real thing.
Oh
my mom is that
gosh.
way too. My mom, I don't even know. My mom would like make us go eat outside.
Oh. Really?
Yeah. Growing up, like
My
if
mom
we were
will-
like so obnoxious or something, she, like chewing wise, like it was like a huge thing manners wise. It was
That's why I think smacking bothers me so much because she
Yes.
always instilled it in us
Yes.
not
Yes.
to because it bothered her to where like when I'm around a friend I'm like, what
Yeah.
are you doing? I've never
But I
seen
would
that
like
before.
never say anything. That's
Yeah.
the worst part about it. I just will like you get irrationally like I grew up with 8 siblings. You cannot let anyone bother you. Like I am really genuinely not bothered by things, but that I can't handle. Like
Can you rub some of that off?
No.
No, but in this job, it's probably very helpful.
Yeah, I'm just like whatever. There's always because there was so much going around me my entire life, so I'm just like, oh, it's okay. But like, second someone starts smacking their lips near me, I'm like,
Game over.
irate. Like, oh my
Really?
god, I'm
Pent
yeah,
up, pent up.
I can't handle
Yeah.
it.
God, I don't know what
But I cover
think
it
should
well.
be illegal. That's a hard one.
I think it's specifically in Dallas, just knowing we're in like some wealth, nice cars parking like over a line because you know that they're doing it because they don't care because they can pay a parking ticket.
Yeah.
Going into Highland Park Village in the parking lot and
They do
seeing
that a lot.
all of these super nice cars, just like it looks like a prank at how bad they are parked, and there's like 20 cars like that.
No, and
that
yeah.
literally drives me wild.
It's
My
weird.
husband would make it a point just to fit in the parking space in his
It,
truck. He
it
would.
literally drives me crazy.
It's really
Nice
inconsiderate.
cars being parked bad.
Maybe I'm just gonna spiral off of my last one. Maybe I'll make it like a fashion thing. Wearing cowboy hats backwards. Jail. That for me is immediate jail time.
I get that.
Oh God, I'm like,
Do you think
how
people?
do you know? Is
What?
There,
Oh,
is
they
there-
will tell you online.
No. Is,
Have you done it online?
is there like a sticker in it?
No. Like
the
so
front
normally
is
the front
thinner.
is more like
Yeah.
flat, and sometimes not always, but normally the back is like it just depends on the way you shape it, of course. But
Yeah.
it to me that's a criminal.
You
offense.
can tell if you look at it. Like you
I
would
feel like
never
I would be
put
able
it-
to tell when I would look at it.
I have another one.
You would've
Wearing
put
a
it
belt
backwards.
buckle you did not win.
Okay, PBR.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a nick for me.
Do people buy like the championship ones or just in general?
Well, not necessarily. Like if you go buy one at Cavender's, I don't still love it, but
Got it.
I mean, to please teach their own. Wear your belt buckles from Cavender's. But I guess like whenever someone is wearing a belt buckle that they didn't earn, well, and I've learned this from my husband. He's like, I just could never wear someone else's belt buckle. You know?
because of what it means.
Okay.
Yeah.
Josh always says that I could never wear someone else's jersey.
See, same
Yeah.
thing.
Like he just,
Well, that would be kind of weird.
I'm like, even for any sport, he was like, it'd be really hard.
Cooper cannot either. He
He-
cannot.
like,
we would go
he
to the
just-
games. He's like, I cannot wear someone's name.
Which
on my
that's
back.
surprising to me. I like
Any sport.
Yeah.
No, honestly, if I'm them, I would probably be the same way.
Meanwhile, I'm like, I love wearing your jersey.
Yeah.
Give me more.
Yeah, well, that's like your jersey. Like, that's different.
that is y'all's
That's
jersey.
your
Oh my
name.
God. In high school, I literally used to beg him for like an initial necklace, but like with a J, not a C, like, you know, Troy and Gabriella. And literally last year, or what was that, 2 years ago for playoffs, when we had literally like merch after merch after merch of like husband's face, husband's name, like their like literally everything. I was like, wow, you went from begging for an initial necklace that took you 6 years to get to now you're wearing your husband's face on your shirt.
Yeah.
I was like,
Leveled up.
Leveled up.
The Troy and Gabriella necklace of it
Making
all,
them proud.
that really did something for culture.
Oh my God.
Still,
I
it's
was
still
like,
impacting.
High School Musical was a moment.
Yeah,
That
it really
was
was.
mine.
Okay, last question, y'all. What is your absolute dream job if money didn't matter?
No job.
Can
that be an answer?
Yeah, that's a real
We
one.
didn't elaborate on that.
Yeah. You're like, stay-at-home wife.
I think it would be so fun to be a private chef, but like knowing what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, to like go to culinary school.
Oh, I
and
would
to learn.
love to go to culinary.
I would
school.
love to go to Italy for like a month and take some sort of like intensive. That's something that I like want to do in life at some point.
I feel like I could say a few jobs
I can't think of one.
because in reality it would be no job.
It
Like,
would be no
yeah.
job. So I guess
having no stress, no responsibility.
Yeah, no
living
job.
life carefree.
I honestly think it would be this.
Oh, a travel blogger.
yeah, that would
Travel
be fun.
blogger.
But my
The people that get
worst
paid to go to
nightmare-
all the nice resorts.
I know, but
Crazy.
that's
I
my
worked with
worst
MGM
nightmare.
this year, and I was
Why?
like, "That's what I thought it was like the best partnership I'd ever had."
That's different. Like I would do hotels of places that I want to
Yeah.
go to and stuff. But the second that I leave my house, like I vlog all the time and like I hate vlogging outside my house.
Yeah.
I love vlogging
Yeah.
inside my home. I hate vlogging outside of it. Like I don't want to like I'm a homebody. Like that's like my worst nightmare.
Yeah.
Like I want to travel with my friends and stuff, but I don't want to have to like I wouldn't want that to be my full-time gig. It would make me hate it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I could see that.
But also I have this dream where like I would love to be like a fiction writer and like live in a little cabin and like wear a sweater every day with my cute little mug.
Like the holiday.
Yeah,
That's cute.
but like, yeah, literally, I'm living in Rose Hill Cottage.
Yeah.
But I'm also writing novels. You know,
That's cute.
And I would like to be a good writer, but I would like to be a writer that I have like a fake name, so people don't know that.
What are
it's
those
me.
called again?
I don't know because
what is
I
that
couldn't
called?
think of it when I was trying to say it earlier. But I would like to be that, and then I'd want to be a really successful author, like a very famous author. But I myself am not famous because
Okay,
people don't know that.
That was such a
connection.
good answer.
Like that would be awesome.
You had time to think about that.
I don't have an answer. So
That's just always the answer.
That was such a good answer.
But no job is an answer.
Like
too.
you literally just like painted a scene for me, and I could
Yeah.
see you sitting in that little cottage just by your fire.
Wouldn't that be nice?
And your little wool cashmere, sad. Just
It would
like,
be perfect.
hiding away.
It would be
Meanwhile,
like,
I'm like,
Wait, what is it?
I can't dream of work if I don't need to. You know, like
Yeah.
I can't. I'm sorry.
Let's
I
be
can't
honest.
even make anything up.
no, that's so fair.
I'm thinking still.
No, you don't need to think because that's your answer.
That is your answer.
I
That's
would
fine.
not work.
That's a great answer.
I wouldn't.
That's really
That's a
rare.
great answer.
When we were younger, though, my mom would take us to the retirement homes, like on the holidays and all that, and paint the ladies' nails and all that. Loved that. So if that paid, probably that.
I could see you loving that.
I love
getting
it.
all the tea.
Have you guys seen Landman?
No.
Yeah. Now Diddy.
No, yeah,
No, did he?
literally. Did you see the?
Yeah, that was cute. That
Not
could be you.
that, but like
no.
I got the
But
sentiment of
yes,
the,
yes,
of the
yes,
scene.
yes.
You need
Okay,
to
I'm
watch it.
picturing it now. I'm picturing it
for
now.
sure, for sure. And I absolutely loved that
Yeah.
show, by the way.
I could see you just like getting all the lore. You know, I love to hang out with old people.
I do too.
Like I love my grandma lives in like basically a sorority home, which is like an apartment complex for like old people. And I mean the amount of gossip and the amount of like I love hanging out with them.
I
And
know.
I also feel like you're
oh my
going
God.
backwards living wise, but like in a fun like
Yeah.
No
you said,
filter.
a sorority house, no filter, like,
No
yeah.
filter, nothing.
But
And
we
It's
those
good.
are some of like fond memories that I had. We would make gift baskets. We would go there, and my mom, big hair, big boob, blonde hair, like just not who you would expect to like.
Oh my god, y'all were
Walk in.
literally the Landman girls.
No, truly,
Yeah.
but like we were not going to the strip club.
You didn't kidnap
they take
them?
them, no, we did not. They take them on a bus to the strip club, and it's a mom and daughter deal. So watching Landman, like it reminded me of going there. Even though we would go to like the Dollar Tree or the 99-cent store, and we just buy like these huge baskets full of like fun stuff for them to open and see because anything made them excited and happy. And we'd paint their nails and talk to them, and I don't know, it just like reminded me if I had to do anything that really brought me joy and was for fun, and I got paid or didn't need to worry about money, probably that.
yeah, I love
So
that.
wholesome.
Not
That's
even trying
really
to be
cute.
wholesome, just truly like it was so fun.
Yeah.
And they just say the wildest shit.
Yeah, that is what's good about it. Cause you would love it because you'd just be
Yes.
like, this is crazy.
Yes, I love watching
And you'd
those
be egging it
TikToks.
on.
And it'd be like me beating up my dementia person's demon. And it's like a nurse, you know, you ever seen them?
Yes.
Oh my God, I cry. I'm like, that's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. But yeah, so I guess I work at a nursing home. But no job birth.
I stand by that.
No job first. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, guys, thanks so much for coming to my dinner party.
Thanks for having us.
We had such a fab time together. Where can they find y'all?
I am the same on everything. Claire COUV Smith, Instagram, TikTok, once upon a time YouTube, but I don't know how she has the time to edit all that because that was
edit the YouTube.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I don't have the time.
That was the most painful thing ever. But yeah.
It's tough. Watching any video of yourself is just awful.
Awful. I'm going to cringe watching anything of myself. Mine's Kate.Davis, KAIT. Everywhere, the same. Kate. I don't even know where all I am anymore.
TikTok, Instagram.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shop
Perfect.
my. Is that
Yeah.
a thing?
Shop my
Shop my
LTK,
LTK.
all that.
Shop the link. Yeah. Oh my God. Amazing.
Maybe Red No in 30 days, 60
Oh,
days.
Oh my God.
Guys, I actually can't even think about that.
No, yeah, sorry. I
So
can't believe I
dark.
just brought
She's
that
so
up.
dark.
Sore subject.
That's
sore
too bad.
subject.
Okay, love y'all.
Thank
Love
you.
you. Bye.